Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Parker, and I am gaming after 40s. So today I decided to open up a card shop. I have played this game before. This is TCG Shop Simulator. It's available on Steam in early access for $12.99. It is a great simulator. Today I'm playing the game and looking through the lens of someone who is uh, I've been a retail associate before, and I have been a coordinator and leader for um, retail. So this is going to be coming from that kind of perspective. But I'm also coming into it as a fan and consumer who visits card shops frequently. We're going to call this Card Kingdom. We're going to hit done and then confirm. So if you've never played this, this is a very basic shop sim available on Steam, like I said before. It is pretty positive in the reviews. My own review is actually pretty positive for this game. So let's go ahead and get started. The task says to open phone and stock up on card packs. So we will choose, well, the only thing available, basic packs. I'm going to do 10. I like a nice round number when it comes to ordering, until we get stock completely built up, and then I'll start ordering only what I need. So each one of these will fill one spot, one side of each shelf. We can take the box and throw it away. Later on, we can get recycling racks to put empty boxes on, because we will need them to reshape and remodel our wonderful shop. Now you do start out this small. It does get bigger quickly, but for now we'll go with what we've been given. I'm going to try today. I want to try and expand fast and get a wall full of shelves before I end this video, and possibly an aisle started. This game is great because not only do you have the shop part of it, what makes this intriguing and addictive for many people, including myself, is you can also open those packs that were laying down, excuse me. Yeah, that is a great part of this game, and probably the one that sets it out the most among other games. Cannot open shop yet. Set the item prices higher. And oh yeah, it would help to actually set the prices. All right. Let customers in by switching to open. Man the cashier counter. Man the cashier by standing. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Man the cashier by standing behind counter and interact it. Okay. I also have a low tolerance for bad grammar like that, which I probably use it anyways, but still. I'm gonna choose to ignore that one. You only see the tutorial the one time. There's no story to this game like most of these shop sims. It is just a basic tutorial to get you started. Come on, buy all the packs. You know you want to. So I did a markup of 20%. That seems to be the breaking point for these fine folks. I'm still going to have some refuse to buy anything hardly because of that. 15. I said out of 5. But yeah, this seems to be a good price to set, or a good percentage to set it. All right. So we'll give you back $1.45. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Come on. All right. Sorry, I am on controller. I don't man the cash register anymore, so I've forgotten all the button combinations and when to do certain ones. I'll get these off the street, although it doesn't actually matter. No one is a thief in this world. Amazing. There are physics on the boxes, but not on the individual packs. So you can't even leave these outside of a box or a shelf. They always have to be in something. All right. You owe us $19.95. The other thing I could do to make this a little bit simpler is go over to the pricing. I'm going to do market price again, 10%, then round, and then I don't need to worry about the change. That'll just make transactions quicker. Users still making a decent profit on each. All right, $9. Now I can't imagine anyone would actually open with just one shelf. So the kind of thing I was talking about, like mentioning how this would relate against real life. I mean, I'm sure there has been a store that has opened with only one shelf, but the other issue I have is when you go looking for that exact shelf, it's locked. How did I purchase it if it's locked? I don't actually get that. Oh, he wants to trade. Okay, I need to turn that off because I don't want to do trading in this run. All right. So they can trade cards. They can also offer money, ask for money for cards. So you can buy some rares and turn them around for a higher profit. I don't really do that because when the store gets bigger, even though you have plenty of employees, it does get a little more hectic because I ended up having to buy all the stock, and that takes the majority of my time. That and opening packs and running pack opening machines, which you can hire someone to do, but they're so extremely slow, it's not really worth it. We'll see that when I get higher into the game. Today's, like I said, the goal for this video is just to get that wall full of shelves if I can even reach that um, level for the store. Let's see, what level are we? We're level 2 now, and it requires level 4. Yeah, we'll reach there. Let's see if I can buy any other licenses. Let's see if anything makes sense. Booster packs. I can buy a bigger box of them. Oh, I'm gonna need this. I'm not gonna do those right now. I can't anyways, but this. Don't. Wait, what? Did I not? Oh, I just unlocked it. I didn't purchase it. Okay. I forgot that it starts locked. $17 back. Next. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, let's try this again. Gonna go to accessories, purchase, and come over here. So I mentioned in the previous video I did an overview video that I did. The game includes a mechanic that I wish was voluntary. You can deal with stinky people. If I had done what they're telling me I can do in this game, if I had done that in real life, and that is you open up the box until you get the auto sprayer, you grab the bottle, you point it at someone, and you shoot, I would be sent to HR right away, if not fired on the spot. So, you know, I feel like that's kind of not a thing. Yeah, I know why they did it, and it is hilarious that they are, all about making fun of the culture that we live in, especially us nerds. But I feel like that should be something you opt into, not something that's forced on. I don't know. Maybe opt out of would be a better one. Maybe it's started as default, but you can turn it off. Okay, we are now shop level 2. I will unlock this, but I will not buy any yet. Speaking of which, we do have some time, so let's open some up. So you get to collect these in a wonderful binder, and you can sell them individually on tables that we'll unlock later. I like this part of the game. I really do. I especially like the art on it. The developer has put all the artists' names on each of the cards that they did. I think that's really cool that they're doing that. The art, I don't know if how many artists they use, but all the art actually seems to fit. I've only seen one or two that I can't figure out how the style was um, not matched so great on those, but the art styles seem to all mesh for there being multiple artists. They did a really good job on that. And I mean, the obvious inspiration for this game is Pokemon TCG, um, which, yeah, I get. I get that that's it. And they have currently the base pack and then one expansion already built in. So the base pack is the one I'm pulling now. But later on, you get to pull from the Destiny packs, which are the newest expansion to the game. They do have more planned. They also have planned to do a full playable TCG based on these cards in this game. I believe there's a mobile version of this game that is that. I think the harder part is the fact that they have to also add in games that people play, which they're already doing now. But when you start adding mechanics to the actual game, the things that people do in the store should make some sense. That might be what's taking so long. It's also just a hard thing to program because they have over 2,500 cards, I believe, or over 2,500. Because one of the achievements is to see 2,500 cards. That many cards, that's a lot of programming, even if it's just you created a scripting system that allows people to build card games, because that's kind of how that sort of thing should work. So it's highly uh, scalable, so you can add new cards and then easily add them to a game is by creating either utilizing an existing scripting language or creating your own that's specific to the game that allows you to add cards. And there's also already a modding scene. There's actually a mod that replaces these cards with Pokemon cards. I haven't played with those yet, and I'm not going to on video, but I might in real life check out those mods. I usually play games in vanilla style though, so I prefer the way the developers made them. Hello. That's going to be $6. Yay. $6 on card. Good job. Great adulting. Actually, I can't say anything. I've put $3 on a card before. I mean, I do for sodas and snacks and stuff, so why not cards? At least then I get something. I was going to say useful. That's not right. Something tangible and lasting out of it. 33. All right. Let's see. We are level 3. We can now open and play with playing tables, which that's what they want me to do. So I'm going to get. Yep, okay, 2 tables it is. I didn't see how little money I had, but that's fine. I'm going to put them over here so I can keep an eye on them. So that's something that this game, it has stinky customers. It does not have rowdy customers. It does not have customers I would have to kick out. I would actually prefer that to what I'm dealing with now. It doesn't have the thieving system, which I'm happy for. A lot of these simulator games have to add fluff to the game to make it more interesting. So they'll add things like thieves or other the theater sims will have. Well, I guess that makes more sense, like kids trying to skip in without paying and people being rowdy or smoking in the theaters. So yeah, I kind of get that vaping, not smoking, but same thing. Um, as far as the theater is concerned. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't put that kind of stuff in here because again, that's not really my kind of thing. Someone walked away because it was too expensive? Nope, you still bought cards. So the price isn't that bad if you're still willing to pay for cards. Yeah, I really do sound like a business owner. How much more money can I get out of these fools? Yeah, the gaming industry in a nutshell. Okay, so I've gone through my stock. So the tables do offer events. These will always run. Um, they are basically how much does this table cost to rent for the hour or hour plus that you're going to use it. Um, Different events will give different possible effects. Like this one will give a random rarity pack and card price might increase, but it also has a possible negative. And I still haven't figured out how to figure that out. How do I know which gameplay effect is actually in effect? If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments. All right, so $1 back to you. I'm going to kick them out, um, just so I can end this day, because day one, you're really not going to be doing too much anyways. Let them all leave. I want to make sure I'm not going to get anything else out of them. Let's see. All right, we can end the day. 4 dissatisfied out of the 31 total visitors. That's not bad considering my price is 20% higher. I'll just go ahead and open. The day doesn't start till you actually open the store, so you can use all that time to let your staff, when you get staff, restock the building. Same thing at night. At 9 p.m., time stops magically, and you can take all the time you want to open card packs, restock the shelves, do whatever you need to do. Um, Let me get this done, and then I'll turn the lights on because I always forget that. I don't know if this actually affects pricing for the bills, which I need to pay. So let's pay the bills. I only have 2. I guess the electric is based on light when in usage in the shop. I don't really care. It doesn't. It's not too bad, at least in the beginning. That probably plays a particular role in when you get a bigger place too. I'm sure it costs more because you, in theory, would have more lighting on. I don't know how much a simulator actually takes that into effect. And that's also something I kind of want it to be harder, to be quite honest. This game isn't that hard. And part of it is the bills are cheap. I mean, staffing's the worst of the price, imagine that. But yeah, in general, it's super cheap to run this place. And real life isn't like that. Oh, come on. How do you have roommates, dude? Or how do you must live alone. If I had a roommate that stunk, I would certainly tell them. I mean, I have actually told them. Gotta take a shower, man. Or at least use deodorant. Or both. Preferably both. Alright, $16. So, I think today I'll be able to buy... Not only do I want to buy the shelving, I want to have the stock to fill the shelves, so... It's... Right, 450. Okay. Maybe I won't fill all the shelving. Maybe I will, I don't know. We'll see. With people like him, I might be able to. Oh, I didn't reset the pricing. So I could be giving away money. Let me do the pricing after I take care of this guy. Okay. Let's go over. Let's see. Market price is 235. I have price set to 3. Yeah, okay. You should do that once a day until you get someone that can reset pricing, because TCG prices can change. This will tell you how much the change was, if any. I would say that if it's a 0 change, it shouldn't have an up arrow, a down arrow, anything but a minus sign showing no change, or no symbol at all. That that would be what would be shown in a market app if they were going to show what changes there were. Generally, wholesalers don't like to show when they have to increase pricing, so they don't typically do that. It's third market apps that show you when things do change price. What do you want? Oh yeah, make sure that's turned off. Yeah, I had forgotten if that was a previous run or this run. Also, huh, I didn't notice that was an inset door. This one's not, but that one is. No, those are probably housing units. Okay. So let's do some change. So you can over give change. You can't short change someone. At least there's that. It would be interesting for someone. I know I have seen one simulator game that allows you to not short change, but attempt to give bad change out like that. But the customer will say something, which is more like real life. I hope one day that they add NPC behavior to this game. I mean, this is all well and fine, and that's what I mean. When I was saying earlier that they probably will hopefully be programming in games to actually be played here. So the store just looks more active and more realistic. There are other licenses we can get besides just trading card games. There is a selection of board games to sell. However, they do not have it set up to where the tables can take board games. I personally would like to see that. I know how much that means because right now there are, I think, 5 board game types, each of varying sizes and different types. Like there's, I believe, a dice game, and then 2 traditional board game. Oops, whoops. Oh well. Nope. No, sir. Yeah, you probably drove them away. Good job. Yeah. Okay. Um, but yeah, I really would like to see NPC behavior added, not just in gameplay, but game playing, but also being able to play board games. I know that would mean extra assets that didn't need to be programmed or created before, but it would make a huge difference if people were to actually try to argue with pricing or argue with me. Instead, they just say, "Oh, it's expensive," and walk out, or "Oh, it's expensive," and then they buy it anyways. Not truly realistic, right? So I'm gonna buy, yeah, 96. I'm gonna buy 2 boxes. I think the number of people you get in a building in the store is based on the quality or number of shelves you have. What? Wait, what? Also, why can't I see that? Have the whole box visible, please, so I can see inside. All right, set these up. What? I keep doing that. All right. At least you don't accidentally throw it away. I'm not throwing away bread in Supermarket Simulator or anything like that. Um, so let's go ahead and give you some change. So for, well, day 2, I'm at level 4. The leveling system is so arbitrary. You get levels for a couple of things. Obviously, selling card packs should get you some. So you get 5 XP right now for the basics. It may go down. It may go up based on the... I think it goes up based on the pack type. But of course, a required amount to level it also changes. All right, $6. Um, I don't know if these are stock animations either. They look like that they may be template mobs. Maybe a couple of unique ones. I'm not saying animate. Maybe just give them new shirts and clothing, or allow them to switch clothing. Um, Come in with different clothes. Because this model here, I believe, is one of my employees too. I think. Um, so it does get a little confusing. Let's see, 509. Um, I paid the bills. Let's see. 96. So this will fill one shelf completely. Uh, two sides of the top shelf, for example, both sides of the top shelf. Um, let's see. Grab this, open it. So I should have one extra pack left over that I will pull. Yeah, there will be one. And then I'll show the binder too. I do like the binder. Well, let me actually open this first. Freaking controller. There we go. I blame the controller. It was actually the user error, but you know, I'm getting older and I'm forgetting things, I guess. Okay. So yeah, the binder is laid out pretty well. You have multiple ways to sort by. Default will actually show you all of one series. And I truly, truly enjoy that. Oop, there's a customer. Oh, come on. Who let you out of the house like that? So if I don't spray them down and they start playing the game, there's a likelihood a review will say smells bad. Excuse me. If they're just shopping, it doesn't seem to recognize that they stink, so they don't ever say anything, or at least not that I've seen, or they say far less than when someone sits down to play. So I tend to leave the shoppers alone. I will end up getting the auto sprayer when I can afford it, because again, do not like that mechanic at all. What am I doing? $8 back. There we go. I keep reading the amount owed as the amount due back. Don't do that in real life. Also, I don't like the way the checkout system's laid out. It does kind of look real though, so yeah, that would be probably why. I mean, it's kind of hard to make anything but something like that. All right. I I have bought a card table. Are you talking about for purchases? No, I'm not interested in that right now. Thank you though. Yeah, so that card table is what we can sell individuals on. I haven't pulled anything to warrant purchasing a card table yet. So the first couple of days, this is like the first week, about in-game week, this is what the game is like. Until you get your first staff member, and I'm not going to do that until I can afford to pay that bill, because of course it does add a lot of overhead. Um, let's see. So I'm at 200. It costs 400 for a shelf, or I could do 200 wire, or let's, yeah, let's do a couple. Um, oh man, I can still only do two. Oh well, yeah, it's true, but it'll fill out my entire shelving unit. Um, I should honestly be looking at which one costs less per pack. Don't always assume it is the multi-boxes, the 64 packs. It may actually be the 32s that are cheaper per pack. It does happen. It's not very often, but I have seen it. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely overstating what I thought I could do. That's okay. Oh, come on. Do you know how to tie your shoes too? Get a freaking shower, man. Or a bath, I don't care which. Either marinate in your own juices or wash them all off. Do something. Yeah. Feel that in real life too. Alright, get out, guys. You gonna buy anything? No? Usually, I do like to let them run their course when I get the higher tiers of events because they do pay out more. Speaking of which, I usually do changes to about 9 to start. So I need to do that. Okay, tomorrow will be $9. All right. Now I have seen people end the day with people still sitting, and this is why I don't do that. Let your people shop. Even if you kick them out like I did, you can end the game early and they'll still go shopping or purchase whatever they had. But if you hit start when there's people sitting down, if they haven't made purchases, they may get away with free product. I haven't seen. I don't know that they sit down without paying and open the packs first. I have no clue. Um, I don't see any place trusting people to do that, but you know, could happen. It is just a video game. All right. And my bills are how much? 68. Okay. I can get that done pretty quickly. Like now. Well, maybe. All right. $0 back. Thank you. Come again. All right. And you are 30. Next. One card pack. All right. Let's see. So what should I do next? Buy more. No, I still have enough to go through. I should probably go through the pricing again just to make sure. So market price 20 round done. Yeah. All right. I owe you $8. Thank you. Come again. Yeah, I saw your wrinkles. Same, dude. Same. Got them crow's feet going. Hmm. Well, I think that looks pretty good. Card Kingdom looks like a fine name. I don't know if I can rename it now. What am I doing? Now, the green does tell you how far you can go. Um, green is good for you to give them back. So if you see green right away like that, it's within the limit for you to just continue on. Um, I do. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Cool. Maybe one day we'll be able to change the font colors and all that. Um, but for now, it works. Let's see. 154. Let's go ahead and pay off my debt. $86. Yeah, okay. So that does make some sense. I wonder if it stays like that. I need to check in my other game. So the other game I play, the other save file I have is like 60 hours old. I have played quite a bit of this, and it does get really chaotic. I do like this game a lot. So after this day, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I didn't nearly make what I thought I was going to make. I overestimated the number of customers. Hey, just like real life. Yeah, yeah. No one ever overestimates the number of customers they're going to have, do they? I will buy some stock though. Um, so 1 box and order. Okay. It does for a while feel like treading water. Um, on my other game, I have about 100,000 in the bank now, so it doesn't stay this way, obviously. You do end up making quite a bit of money pretty quickly, too. After the first week or two, once you start getting more shelving in, I really think that's what attracts the customers. I can't tell for sure, but it's the one guarantee that if you have the shelving, that you are able to afford the stock for that shelving, and that's how I think it's actually done. I can't be sure of it, but I'm pretty sure that's how this is calculated. Now, I could go cheap. I don't want to though. Why did it say 750? Hmm. Did he not stay a full hour? I thought that there was a minimum of an hour. Let's see, $5 back. Thank you. Never come again. I don't know what makes them move when they can see it's the same product. That I don't get. All right, 36. Oh, and the other thing that probably helps, there's a review system, so that probably helps draw in the crowd. Maybe there's a algorithm for it behind the scenes. I don't know. There probably is. Probably a mixture of things. And how many card tables? That could be a factor too. Let's see, I think that was 200. Yeah. I could possibly go for a small cabinet. Um, what accessories? Yeah, and then unlock. Let's unlock some card sleeves. Buy a small cabinet for 150. Okay. Yeah, I might do that. I mean, I am doing that, obviously. I mean, why don't we just buy cabinets from, like, IKEA or something? It's cheaper than that. Or even Target. There's some $20 shelving that looks like this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I know it's mismatched. For right now, I don't care. I just want to get some new stock in. No. Oops. See, I forgot to turn on the light. We're almost through this day. Hello? Okay. You know, I don't know. It's like a future him. Hmm. Yes? What are you doing? Trying to steal from my cash register? Come on, man. Get. Never come back again. You're fired as a customer. Get out. All right. And $6. And I have 52, so I'm going to go in and order 2 sleeves. So you can do it from here as well. All right, $40. It's 45. I didn't know there was $5 shipping. Wow. That's the first time I paid attention to that. Move, please. Thank you. It is just like real life. Open this up. Put it down. Alright. And then last shelf. And I want 10, 10, round, done. Okay. Yay, I got a new item. And a line. My bad. Move. Next. Thank you, come again. Well, my kind of nerd. The hair matches what I thought it would. Perfect. 3. No. 17. Can't read. 10, 5, 1, 2. Out. You know, even with there being lighting, it's kind of dark in here. Also, who puts a light switch eye level? Does anyone have this in their home? Or ever seen this in a business where there's only one switch that's eye level? And if it's part of a group of switches and it goes up and down, great. But that one? Eye level? Yeah, no. I could turn that off with my nose. The other thing about this game, and this isn't, you know, a big deal. Let me see. Can I see? Does it show? No. Okay. Doesn't show right now. But when you pick up a box, the box has a shadow. You are corporeal. You, or ethereal, I mean. You do not exist. It's freaking weird. I wish I'd fix that. Give the player a model. I understand you can never see it, but we can see there's no shadow. And it is, I'm a ghost stalker. Yeah, it doesn't work. Unless, am I actually dead and people are just handing their credit cards to Casper? But yeah, it's little touches like that. I, I, I don't know. It just, that kind of thing does, it either shows that it's early access or you don't actually care. I don't think they don't care. I don't think this was like it's not a soulless corporate game. This person definitely has a heart for the industry, for the job, for the retail, for the card game. It is pretty obvious that they actually do care because it shows in the level of detail that they put in the card system, the book, the Trapper Keeper. Yeah, I'm showing my age. The Trapper Keeper for the cards, everything. It just, it oozes charm. But there are small bits, small pieces that show that they're small and that it's still early access. Now, it's not a bad thing, it's just noticeable. Alright. I don't necessarily have a problem, obviously, with that. I mean, there's still oozing charm in this game. It does have a lot of the template features you see in a lot of shop simulators, but the amount of time put into the art in those cards and the way the grid system works and the small few changes that the fact that there is a grid system actually, and the few changes I see to the basic shop formula makes me really like this developer. Um, there are, again, a few changes I would make. I did go over a lot of them in the overview video I did earlier. Um, is that clipping or is it just, I think it's just the way that looks, yeah. Um, and there are just very small discrepancies, and some parts of the game, none of which will make a huge difference. So today, I have learned that I should maybe change my expectations for what I can do in the game for a couple of days. Uh, I know that I don't like the smell of BO, and we also learned that I cannot speak or spell. But other than that, I think this is a good place to stop. If you want to see me continue with this game, let me know in the comments. Also in the comments, tell me, if you're over 40, what games are you playing now? And with that said, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.